Hey guys, good morning. It's Monday. It's raining here in Jonesboro, Georgia, but I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you and do a Monday musing with you. When I was growing up, we played a lot of sports on the schoolyard and on the playground, even in the yards around our neighborhood. And each time that we would begin the sport, it always began by picking teams. And you would choose who was going to be the captains. And usually you took the two that were the most compatible or comparable to each other in abilities and things and say, okay, you two are the captains. And then they began to pick their teams. And if you were the captain, you wanted to pick the biggest or the strongest or the fastest, whatever it would take for your team to come out on top, right? And I can remember many times just silently praying, oh, don't let me be the last one picked. Don't let me be the last one picked. And I just prayed that the captain would recognize what I could bring to the table. I look in the Bible at some of the choices that God used to pick people for his team. I think of Abraham. Abraham, though it says it was credited to him, his faithfulness was credited to him as righteousness. And God told him to go, and he went. And Abraham did a lot of great things and was the father of the nation and all of these things. There were a couple times where, he just, Sarah's not my wife. She's my sister. And you just tell them you're my sister so they don't kill me. And that happened not once, but twice. Jacob, his son, the second one, the word Jacob actually meant trickster or deceiver. And he tricked Esau out of his birthright, and he got the blessing by tricking Abraham as he was dying. And not only that, David, and we think of King David, and David, he was the smallest of his household. When Samuel went to anoint the next king for God, it wasn't the biggest or the strongest or the best or the fastest. It was David, the little shepherd boy. And yet David later on became an adulterous murderer. And yet God still chose him to become the king. Jesus, when selecting his team, he chose, instead of the religious leaders and the people that knew the scriptures and studied them for most of their lives and were well versed in all of that, he chose instead fishermen and tax collectors and outcasts. He even chose Judas, who he knew would later betray him. And to be on Jesus' team, we don't have to pretend to be the smartest or the holiest or the bravest. I mean, Jesus simply chooses those that recognize their need for him, their need of repentance, their need of forgiveness, their need to know that he is God and that we are not. The fact that Jesus uses us, flawed, imperfect, wrecked, far from perfect people, tells the world about the love that he has for all of us, that he chooses the weak so that the glory goes to him and not to us. And in doing so, it reveals his grace and his mercy and his heart for everyone. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Come join us here at 3 Point Bible Church. We meet on Sundays at 11 o'clock if you don't have a church home. Also, we have small groups that meet Wednesdays at 6:30. We would love to see you and be a part. Again, have a wonderful Monday, and I hope your day goes